The data in the table represents the number of people who attended the school fair. Draw a line graph of the data. During which 5-year period was there the smallest increase? Take a look at the data. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, those are the years. And the number of, the number of people who attended the fair, 450, 610, 720, 840, 990. When you're making a line graph with numbers like this, you need to determine a scale that makes sense. I mean, clearly if you go by ones, we're not going to be able to fit 75, 80, 85, 90, 95 on the graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by, let's see, we'll make this one 70, 80, 90, 100. So each one of these little tick marks, or grid marks, is going to be 5 years. And what that'll do is that'll make everything fit on this graph real easily. Now for the number of students, we could go by hundreds. We could say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. That won't fit on the scale if we go by twos for 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the scale here. Let's say right here will be 400. And then right here, 500. And you can make your own decisions as far as how to set up the grid. I'm just trying to make it all fit on this graph here. 700, 800, and so this one will be 900. Well, the highest point is 990, so that won't quite fit. I'll have to go a little off the graph, but it'll be pretty close. Okay, so let's see, plot some points. The year is 1975, so I'd be at 75 on the horizontal axis, and then up to 450. 450 is right here. So there's the first data point. And then 1980 up to 610. About right there. And then 1985, 720. Right there. 1990 will be up to 840. And then 95, that's up to 990. So I'm going to estimate that's going to be about right there. Okay, now when you're drawing a line graph with data points, in this type of situation, you need to connect the points. And you try to do it with straight segments. So it should be kind of like that. And this one could be a little straighter. And so there's our line graph. And the question asks, during which 5-year period was there the smallest increase? And ideally, you ought to be able to look at your graph and tell the smallest increase. That'll be the least rate of change, so the slope will be the smallest. And it looks to me like it's between 1980 and 1985. Because there's not quite as steep a slope there. So I'm thinking right here. And you know what, I'm going to use my calculator to verify this. So I'm just going to do some quick subtraction here. Between 80 and 75, it was 610, and then minus 450. So we're looking at 160 right here. And then from 85 to 80, 720 minus 610. Looks like 110. And then I can do this next one mentally. 840 minus 720, that's 120. And I can do this last one mentally too. 990 minus 840 is 150. So indeed, the graph was right. The smallest increase was between 1980 and 1985, which is this guy here.